So as she reads the list, keep in mind of what you're not hearing, too.
Yeah, thanks for holding so long to tell us this, Marianne, or what caller
Tanya.
is this?
Tanya.
Okay, Tanya, they just changed my list, and it erased your name. Tanya in Georgia. Tanya, recap. I'm going to sit back. So is Mike Adams. Read the cover sheet, what it says, and read us those parts.
Well, it's really, really long, so I'm just going to go through a few points that I was highlighting for you. The first thing that I noticed is that it says fluvarin has not been evaluated for carcinogenic or mutagenic potential or for impairment of fertility. And then later on, where it's talking about who should and should not get the shot, it says nobody under the age of 4, and it also says that it is also not known whether fluvarin can cause fetal harm when administered to a pregnant woman or can affect reproductive capacity. So
and remember that it's the expectant mothers that are one of the groups being targeted for this virus, by the way. I just wanted to
right, this is regular. This is just the regular seasonal flu, which hasn't been as controversial, so some of the pregnant women might not even be as scared of this one. And it also says in here that whoever's giving the vaccine is supposed to tell the person that they're giving the shot to the benefits and the risks. Now, I think if they told somebody, hey, this can make you sterile, this has thimerosal in it, which it also says it does, that, people might not take it. And I don't think they're telling people that.
How did you get the insert? You asked for it at Walgreens?
Yeah, and let me tell you, it's funny. I walked into Walgreens and I said, what kind of shot are you giving? What company is it from? And they didn't know. And I said, well, do you have an insert? And they said, what? And I go, like a little paper that comes in with your shipment. So she goes back and she's looking. I'm assuming this is the pharmacist. There was 2 women back there. They're looking around. They come back with this piece of paper they pulled out of the bottom of the box of vials, all folded up, very tiny, unfold it right in front of me and say, here, let me start, I'm looking at it, and it's really long. And I said, can I just take this with me? And they said, oh, yeah, sure, take it. Like they had no interest in it. So I don't even
this
think they
is
read
important, and I've read that this stuff's in there, but it's another thing to actually have the insert. I'm going to give you our facts. The problem is on those tiny, regular size sheet of paper, they fold it up tiny to go in the vial, and it's tiny, tiny wording. I don't know if that'll fax, but you can try.
I blew it up.
Oh, you blew it up. It's 866-894-1767. That's 866-894-1767. Will you go ahead and fax that to us as soon as possible? Is there no way that because if you blew it up, can you scan it and email it to Watson? Because people need to see that it talks about attacking your fertility and mutagens and cancer. Because the German news admits that. German scientists are admitting that, but it's important. We could save a lot of lives showing people this. 866-894-1767. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna leave my house right now and go fax it to you, but I had one other question for Mike. Also in this insert, it says that it's very important that you shake the vial in between each dosage, and I'm wondering if they don't shake it, does that mean that you can get like an even higher amount of mercury than what they're saying?
Yes, absolutely, and this is one of the reasons why you got to be very careful if you even get a vaccine of where you get it, because many of the people administering these vaccines, especially in these retail outlets, they are properly shaking up the vaccine, which means you could get a concentration of the thimerosal or other chemicals that's up to 200 times higher than what it's supposed to be. So your baby could get the one shot that's 200 times more toxic than the next baby that they actually shook the vial for. And that's one of the reasons why vaccines are so dangerous. The people given these shots are not following the rules, and they probably didn't even read the insert that you read.
No, I don't think they did read it. I don't think they did. I'm going to leave right now and go ahead and fax this to you and let you move on, but I just wanted to make sure that you were aware this was coming to you.
The reason that they include that language in that insert, Alex, is so that if infertility problems become widespread, they can say, well, we warned you. They can just disavow any responsibility.
But then meanwhile, the Nightly News says it doesn't sterilize you. Sure, the White House science czar says he wants to sterilize you through vaccines in your water, but that's okay. And then you read the insert, oh, might sterilize you. Well, that's okay. The government's good people. These are good people. We ought to, be sterilized.
I had a reporter from a mainstream network news organization call me maybe 2 weeks ago, wanted to interview me about swine flu vaccine. Obviously was looking for, an alternative viewpoint. He swore to me up and down that he had been told by the drug companies themselves that there was no thimerosal used in any of the swine flu vaccines. And I tried to educate this reporter. I said, no, you're wrong. There's thimerosal in there. And he said, no, there isn't. It's not being used. And to this day, that network, which I don't want to name, but they've been reporting stories on the swine flu vaccine and claiming there's no thimerosal in it.
Even though I can pull up 100 releases from the medical companies admitting they put a higher dose of thimerosal in this one.
Yeah, it's, what has happened to the skepticism and the common sense of our mainstream journalists these days.
Or when they get caught lying, it's like, oh, you lied to me. That's good. I would be mad at you if you didn't lie to me. It's like it's cute and funny. Oh, Bayer, you knowingly gave me AIDS in the shot. Oh, thank you. And it's like, Bayer's trusted. They like to murder. Oh, Gardasil's killing a bunch of people. Oh, how good. Oh, it's so, how dare you talk bad about them? Well, listen, Mike Adams, Health Ranger, naturalnews.com. Great job today. Thank you for all your insight, and I hope to come visit you sometime down in Ecuador or next time you fly back through into the States through Texas. Come and see us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Alex, and all listeners. Thank you. It's been an honor.
Ben, it's been great having you. By the way, I know a lot of people have these inserts. Scan them, send them to writers@infowars.com with a brief description. We need to get that up. I mean, that simple stuff I forget to do. We'll be right back. Thank you.